that's some bullshit, dude. Like, they asked me when I was a kid what I wanted to be, and I told them I wanted to be a fucking astronaut. And then life caught up with me, and now, I don't know if I can go to space. Many people have told me I can't, but fuck that, I'm already there.
I don't want no liquor, cause I've been drinking that dirty.
Hey guys, welcome to my channel, and I hope you are having a psychedelic day. And if you are new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, turn on the notifications, and give this video a huge thumbs up. And today we are going to be doing a little out of this world. We are going to be making an astronaut on the moon with a psychedelic background, which I think is pretty cool. So what you're going to want to do is start off with a negative background color. I chose black because I figured that it's just going to look so cool. You could do whatever your heart desires. And I just thought like pressing down gave it like a really cool effect. So we'll see how it turns out. So I don't know about you, but I am extremely impatient when it comes to paint drying. So I did use a heat gun, and I used the lowest temperature, and I just went all over the canvas to try and make sure all the paint was dry. This did take quite a while, so I did speed up some of the scenes. As you can probably tell, I do not normally do this that fast. So you do want to check to make sure all of the sides and pretty much the middle of the canvas is completely dry. Now the canvas does get pretty hot when you're using a heat gun. I don't know if it's just because of the brand that I was using, but I was pretty cautious because I don't want to set the canvas on fire. So just be careful, or use a fan, hair dryer, or just wait for it to dry. But we all know we don't always have time to watch paint dry. So at this point the canvas was feeling pretty dry, and I did take a paper plate and I picked out my first color. Now I decided to go with a dark color first and work my way up to a pink. I just thought maybe it wouldn't clash too much and it would be more vibrant. So I did take one of those sponge brushes that I got from Walmart. I believe it was like 99 cents per pack, and it comes with like 4. So you just want to make sure you don't get too much on the brush, and you're just going to start dabbing away at the canvas. Now I just did what felt right to me. You are going to have your own sense of direction while you're painting, and basically just go with the flow, man. Honestly, cover as much as you want. I did decide to try and cover most of it with purple and layer other colors on top of it just to try and get like the space look. Now this is my own version of a galaxy. You're gonna have your own. Totally cool. If you want to use the same, go ahead, but mess around with it. Back to the heat gun. Again, you can use a hair dryer, a fan, or just wait for it to dry, but I was extremely impatient, but I was cautious using it. And just make sure that this layer of purple or whatever color you choose is completely dry, because then you are going to add your other color on top. Now I did choose blue because again I'm working my way up to pink, and this is just what felt right at the time. So at this point my next color was green, and when I did go to yellow and orange and then pink, I did not dry those layers since they were pretty close color wise, and I thought it was gonna look so cool as a galaxy background. So just try and make sure to kind of blend it, at least if you're going to be using my technique, but you're going to continue to dab into the canvas. And yeah, so I will see you when it comes to drawing this piece again. So after you dry the top layer, you have to add stars. I don't know what galaxy doesn't have stars. So I did take a somewhat soft brush. It was synthetic, and I just dipped it in white paint, and then I used it to flick the paint onto the canvas. Again, I got this brush from Walmart. It came in a pack. I believe it was $1, which is a pretty good deal, and you're just gonna do as many stars as you want. You can always add it to the canvas, but I would always start off with a little bit, because if you add too much, you can't go back. Time for my favorite part, which is adding the image to your canvas. Now, if you're like me, you're not very artistic in the drawing and even in the painting kind of category. So what I did was go to Google. I looked up for the image that I was wanting, and I was trying to go for a man on the moon, and I basically made the picture black and white. You're gonna cut it out to where it almost looks 3D, and you're gonna want to position it to what looks more realistic, or basically just looks cool to you. I did take my Blacklight because I was trying to figure out what looks the coolest when it is under Blacklight. If you look kind of in the middle, you will see an alien, and that is why I went with this side of the canvas. It's just, I don't know. It looks cool to have a little alien face behind the astronaut. And I did tilt the image a little bit to try and make it look like the moon was rounded, and to have the psychedelic background be more of a background and just not look like a picture was laying on top of it. Now, how are we gonna get the picture to stick? So I have you covered. What I like best about using varnish as kind of a glue for the picture is that you're not transferring the picture onto the canvas. You're not losing how vibrant it is. It goes straight on. Now, if you don't want to use, varnish, which can be pretty expensive, you can use, I believe it's Mod Podge, or you could even use glue, like clear. So if you are going to be using anything, you do just want to have the canvas look shiny, have it be kind of like a protectant, and then you are going to add some of whatever you're using onto the picture itself. For this part, you want to be super careful not to get your fingerprints, not to get the adhesive or whatever you're using on the actual picture. You want it on the back side, so be super careful that it doesn't tear or roll up. And it's really not that hard to do, but it takes time. So find the angle you want to put it on the canvas, and make sure you don't have anything on your hands, and just press down. Try and get it as level as you can. Now, if you are using varnish or Mod Podge, you are going to notice that there are little ripples in your picture or little bubbles. That is fine. Don't try pressing down too hard, because eventually, at least with the varnish I'm using, it will dry pretty straight and even. which is nice. So it is gonna look a little wonky while it's drying, but now you have a extremely cool psychedelic man on the moon, and it's UV or blacklight, whatever you call it, but it is so cool, and you can enjoy a nice little trip. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a psychedelic day and enjoy your astronaut.